Might as well just get it out of the way. It's going to come in handy. And once you know this, I expect you to expand upon it more. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Okay, this is a continuation of the training series on the Medfin application, and we are currently in the part specification special requirement tab, part edit screen special requirement tab. In this tab, you have two areas. We have the special requirement memo, which you can type in special text such as for example, put in bake only special instruction that you want to show to the production operator on production. This will print out, and there's an area for uh, notes to the customer only, and this will be printed out on the quote, and it's only for the customer to see and not necessary for the production people. So this is another area we can type in. The customer will not be able to see this. I'm sorry, you have the option to not include this special requirement on the quote, but you do have the option to include it and say, okay, this is the special requirement that's going to appear on the quote, so the customer will be able to see this information. But this note here is specifically designed for the customer that will appear on the quote, and I'll show you how this is going to appear on the preview screen. Next, we have technical notes. Next to technical note is primarily for internal use. Notes only appear on the job ticket, on the job work ticket. Okay. Memo, it's a memo text style, text field. Note text, memo field for internal use only. This will be printed. This note. Job order. Okay. Next, we have the sales notes. Sales note is for internal sales staff, but for accounting, primarily sales and accounting, sales notes will not be printed. Sales notes will not be printed on production work ticket. Or job ticket. Okay? Job ticket. Internal for office use only. Particularly for pricing, sensitive like terms or special instruction, only for salespeople to look at, but not necessary production. That's all. It's this sensitive information. Certificate of compliance. Certificate of compliance means if you have special text, certification text that you want to attach with this part when you ship it out, you have to print a certificate of compliance to show to your customer that this part is certified to a certain standard, certain operation, and there's special text that they want you to include with the shipment to state that you are certified to a certain quality standard. And that's what a certificate of compliance is about. Inspection ticket, that's right. These have been inspected to these actual specifications. You fill in the actual values from the quality control process, and you write down, okay, and sign off on these. Somebody would have to sign off on the certification because the customer would like to see that you, in fact, inspected and checked, and these have met their special requirement, their specification. Okay, so that's what cert is. If you don't attach one, if you don't check, if you check this, then it will print. If you don't check it, then it will not print. It's not required. Most do, some don't. So if you check this box, a cert will be printed. And you can generate, you can have a list of templates of existing text. One company may call for a very specific text to be included in the certificate of compliance, and so you can write one for them, just for them. And you may have a generic one. You may have one that's for one particular company who is very particular about what they want to see on the cert, and that's what it's for. Price history. Price history. If this is an existing part with many orders over time, you will be able to see you will be able to see the various pricing at various time. Over time, you may have started out with $2.50 and work your way up, or price change over the course of several years or several months, depends on what it is, and you'll be able to see it. So that's price history. Whether by quote number or by part number. If you do it by part number, what it means is that if you have similar parts, like 4545896, but for a different company, if you do it by part, it will show too. So you can see that part. What do you chart this part for company A versus company B versus company C, D, E? Okay? But if you do it by quote number, then it's uniquely to that part only. Only for that company, only for that part. So you see the difference there? Yeah, by part number and by quote number. By quote number is only for that quote. Remember, going back where it says quote number, the quote number field is unique. There's only one quote number per record in the quote file. So if you do it by that, there's only the history for that quote only. But if you do it by part number, the part number can be the same for company A, company B. Staple is staple, but staple for one company may be charged differently just because they give you more volume. That's all. And when you search the history by part number, you see more. You see a complete list of more parts of the same part number, but for different companies. Cool. Documents, similar to customer document, where you can associate, attach different kinds of documents, like an Excel worksheet, a picture, a Word document about thank you note, or different or even a video training file associated with that part, or special email attachment associated with that part from the customer. If they send you a PDF attachment with additional specification, safety handling. This part is very corrosive. This part may be very sharp, very whatever it is. You can attach the special instruction here from the customer, and you'll be able to open it up and say, this part is this and this, or maybe there'll be a website link to get more information about this part. You can attach additional documents. Okay, so that concludes the video training portion for part edit, part specification edit.